And Dr. Heeraman Tiwari, Professor Indian Culture and History in Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, joins us on the show now. Welcome, Dr. Tiwari, to DD India. Special events are being held today to honor our national song, its legacy, and the spirit of patriotism that it inspires. Why are such celebrations so very important for the country? Why do we must continue to celebrate and revere and honor our national song with undiluted fervor?
Thank you very much, and pleased to be here. As your report has said, and you have yourself highlighted how important this national song has been for the country, for the spirit of the country, for the independence of India. As you know, 150 years is just about time that it was celebrated and memorialized in a way that has never happened before today, but it is 150th anniversary, 1775. On the 7th of November, on the Navami day, it was composed by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, and the spirit or the pain behind the composition of this song and the novel in which it was published in 1882, Anand Math, were absolutely seeped in the agony of the colonialism. Bengal famine had just destroyed the spirit of the country, not only of Bengal, but also the sannyasi revolution that took place. And when Bankim Chandra Chatterjee wrote it, he had all this pain, all this agony, because all the great writers write out of agony, as Valmiki has said, Shokartasya pravatto me shloko bhavatu anatha. When people are sad, they compose something and that becomes the truth. And because, as the Prime Minister has said today, and even before, that this song, although it was accepted in 1950 at the time of our Ganatantra Divas or Republic Day as a national song, but only 2 stanzas of the powerful 6 stanzas were accepted, because until then, in 1937, the Congress had adopted it. Before that, 1896, it was sung first time in the Congress session of Calcutta at the time, and it was sung at that time by none other than Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. So it has a very long but tortuous and painful history, because there were sections of people who opposed this song because for them it invoked some kind of idolatry or worship of a goddess or Murti Puja. Although this of course is a song which is steeped in the patriotism, in the love of the motherland, and motherland in India is considered not less than the mother, and that is why it is called motherland. Valmiki Ramayana, you find the invocation by Ram saying Janani Janmabhumishcha Swargadapi Gadesi, the mother and the motherland, the earth on which people are born and live. There is no difference between the two. And in the following stanzas after the two, this is what it celebrates: the prosperity, the beauty, the elegance, and the grandness and the kindness of the motherland. But somehow the politics took over, and only 2 stanzas became the national song as we have it today. And so much so that until 2022, that is only a few years ago, 3 years ago, nobody knew whether there was any protocol for it, although everybody stood up when it was sung, but it was apparently not any protocol. So the government of India submitted an affidavit in the Delhi High Court to say that the protocol of this song is no different from our national anthem. So you can see the history, how it has, as I said, it has a tortuous history, very long history, 1875, 1882 to today in 2025, 150 years after. Perhaps the entire song now will be accepted as our national song, and for which this program, today's program, this grand celebration, which will continue for the entire year, is a fitting memory, fitting response, fitting celebration and gratitude to the writer and to the song, which inspired hundreds and hundreds of people. Young freedom fighters will go and fight the colonial army, face the bullets or danda or lathi. People went to gallows singing these songs. And when Subramanian Bharati adopted it in Tamil, it was translated in so many languages. And very recently, in one of the documents, I saw that among the 1,000 best songs that were selected from across the world, one of the 10 songs was Vande Mataram. Can you imagine the power, the meaning, the nationalism, the patriotism that this song invokes?
Okay, so Vande Mataram was composed in 1875, 150 years ago. Some of the younger generation may not be knowing all that there is to know about our national song. So could you tell us a bit more about how it came to be composed?
Yes.
Its adoption also as the national song.
As I told you that this was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee in 1875 on the 7th of November. Before that, what had happened was a massive famine which has devastated Bengal, and the spirit of India was in the heart of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. So he decided to write not only this song, he included this beautiful novel that is Anand Math, which of course has been a part of discussion. And then, as I said, in 1896, in the Calcutta session of Congress, Rabindranath Tagore sang this song. And then later on, you should also remember, our audience must also know, that in the first decade of the 20th century, you had at least 3 newspapers being published which are named as Vande Mataram. One was in Calcutta, which was later on edited by Sri Aurobindo for many, many years, who defined many ideas that were emerging out of Vande Mataram. The another was established in Lahore, purportedly in Urdu, Premchand Shuk, and then later on other leaders edited it. And the third newspaper was started by the same name, Vande Mataram, by Bikaji Kamas. You can imagine the history of India's independence is intertwined with the spirit of Vande Mataram song. And that's how in 1906, as I said, when it was sung in the Congress session, later on in 1937, Congress adopted it as a national song to be sung at the sessions, but it was a truncated one, as the Prime Minister said. The spirit of the entire song was taken out. Only the first 2 stanzas were accepted. And so much so that it went on, the constituent debates have a very, very marvelous, powerful debates on this song. But eventually in 1950, when it was officially adopted as a national song of India in the new Republic of India, only again 2 verses. And therefore, the history, what was the reason behind it? There was a section of society who wanted India to be independent, free from the British colonials, but they objected to and of course the British colonials had banned it anyway. The song was banned, and the ban was lifted in 1947, only after India got independence. From time to time, there were people, big leaders, who would object and say that this song is very, very, it is infused with what is called idolatry, or goddess worship, or god worship, and therefore this is not suitable for a country like this. And it is to that, and I'm talking about certain Muslim leaders who had a serious objection to the song being sung. And as you know, even in recent decades also, the same problem sometimes comes up, that people may not have an objection to it, but they are dubbing it a song that celebrates idolatry, that celebrates Hindu religious idea of worship. And therefore, this song, as I said, has had a very long and very tortuous history. I'm so grateful and glad today that the Prime Minister has himself started. We want to find out the reasons behind the spirit of Vande Mataram being taken away, and 2 stanzas are being sung and celebrated all these decades.
Yes, so Prime Minister Modi also spoke at some length about the belief that the nation is not just a geopolitical entity, but also a mother. Finally, if there was a message that should be conveyed to all Indians as we celebrate 150 years of our national song, Vande Mataram today, what should it be, Mr. Tiwari?
It is to celebrate the valor, the sacrifice of those who have sung this song, who this song was on their mind, their mouth, their lips, their heart, and they got us the freedom. So we live this freedom thanks to them. And since they loved it and they sang this song throughout, and the message therefore is that we must not forget our past, how this very precious freedom was attained. Of course, there are many factors to it, but Vande Mataram was at the center, which invoked the emotions of patriotism, nationalism, Swaraj, Swadeshi, all these notions And as Sri Aurobindo explained what nationalism is, or Subramanian Bharati when he translated it and adopted it in Tamil, how he spread this song, and it was equally celebrated and sung with fervor in the south of India, where British colonialism had a comparatively lesser impact than east and north of India. So this song is the spirit of the songs and the speeches or the emotions with which our freedom fighters fought the colonials and got us the freedom.
Okay, spirit of Swaraj, spirit of Swadeshi is what this song carries. Thank you very much, Dr. Tiwari, for being with us on the show.